Right, I was just connecting with the water today, and it was I don't know if other people are experiencing this with water or with their bodies and motion and movement at the minute, this level of sensuality and just the way the water immersed around me, and the stillness was just incredible. It was low tide, so I just find little few dipping pools, little sort of deeper bits among the coral and the seagrass. And I'm newly back onto the water, so I had quite a few things, and my special bird decided to arrive when I did, which was lovely. And there's just this, it felt like everything was merged, like I was the water and the water was me, and was pulled into this potentially another realm. The water nymphs level of holding breath underwater and playing with the sensory experience of that immersion. But one thing that kept coming through, and it's obviously connected to other past lives and just the way that I've wanted to, and many of us are just like simplifying life, is I just really don't like wearing clothes. I'm like so much happier in a warmer environment wherever my life takes me, as I realise on this funny old game that there's various different chapters to where we live, and everything is moving and temporary at the same time. And the sun at the moment is something that I'm connecting to as well as in the water, but just sun energy for the light codes for some people have spoken about Kenya being ascending into a 5D state because of the level of consciousness that, and again, it's not above or below any other place on the continent, because I've visited quite a few places and everywhere is stunning and powerful, and conversations are ripe in their own moment and place in time. But right now something's going on here, and I've been called here, and certain people are called wherever we are in the world. I guess it's happening in the Inca and the Mayan, those who resonate with that lineage, which I do, but in this lifetime I've been called to this side of the world. But Inca and Maya, sort of Mayan civilizations, are resurfacing in ways, that energy. And the sun, like not having to have, like, I've never been one for fashion. I mean, you know, it's lovely to be able to express ourselves and create our look, and just, you know, want to look nice, smell nice, be clean, and just, you know, showing ourselves self-respect and taking pride in our appearance, not in an egoistic way, but in a honouring the like, for me, I'm speaking of divine feminine in this lifetime, so honouring the feminine, or honouring the energy that we hold, whatever we deem ourselves as. This day and age is like not only human, you know, multi-dimensional being, fae, fairy, goddess. Don't connect. Some people are saying Arthurian or Lemurian or Syrian, and I don't need to share what I connect with right now, but there is this baby V in me. There is this elemental. There is this nymph. There is this just what a cave woman that just like, I don't really like to be dressed, so being in the water or being in an environment where I don't really need to be like carting around bags, and aside from a big backpack, you know, when you're sort of moving from location to location, but for the most part, just being light, that's something that resonates. It doesn't concern other people that are, you know, love all different ways of living, but for me it's something that is part of my clearing out or boxing up of things, or shedding of the wardrobe, or thrifting, or vintage, or however we're doing it, is like just minimizing. Like I find that the work that I've done on myself, or the conversations that are unraveling, or the ways that we're all leaning into alternative, not we all, but many of us leaning into alternative styles of living, the delayering, the deprogramming, as we get lighter, all of that becomes very, very heavy to be around. Like even me, like I've got more now than I had before, but and I can feel the difference. And whether I, you know, there's swap shops here and there's thrifting, and whether I do that or not, it's not comfortable for me anymore. And it's not about not aspiring to have a wardrobe of things or various stuff in our chosen abode long term, but it's like, I don't know why I said abode. I think someone's here with me. Chosen dwelling, chosen home, chosen. I say those words because at the minute I don't know how that will manifest. There's many different forms of how we can live safely and harmoniously in smaller structures than one has experienced before. You know, the tiny home movement. But like moving away from what I was saying is the sun, and just feeling lighter and being lighter and knowing that we don't actually need, we all have our needs. For many of us, they might actually be more emotional and spiritual than physical. The more that we sort of take a certain path, or we get pulled into our purpose, or we move in different ways, or connect deeper with ourselves, or start to connect with some guides, and we might be getting new guides, we might be getting new people come to feed us information to support the healing of the nations, is we just might like to be lighter. And I find that quite liberating. And I'm not saying, well, I'm 7:07 on the clock, that's alignment. I think I'm just going to leave it there, because it's a time for, like, this is the last time I see Q4 back in the day. I don't know why this is coming through. This is a really bizarre channel, and I'm kind of struggling to get some of my words out. Is the last months of the number 9 year feel quite intense and a bit stagnant, and then maybe this new moon will start to clear things. But then we go into a number 1 year, and when I did hop back to the UK, like even here, like you can tell there's spring cleaning, people are getting rid of things, and just realizing, like, why do we have that still, you know, why have we still got that, and what does it mean, and why we've accumulated all of this stuff and we don't take any of it when we go. And the spirit realm are talking to me all the time at the minute. Like, I get greeted by crows, and one's actually was in the house yesterday, so that was quite interesting, especially with RIP Ryla Odinga just transitioning. But also around that time, there seems to be other souls that have also transitioned at the same time as him. And sadly, on the route back, there was just quite a nasty accident, and somebody had departed the realm that night, and they were putting a canvas or sheet over his body. And I trust that. I've just done some work with him, but basically, sorry, I'm getting quite a few speak to me right now. Is that, it's a series of season of clearing at number 9 on the number 9 year. I was just saying, like, on the clock, series of months where we're just maybe clearing out a bit, or wanting to be a bit lighter, or just seeing how we can create a bit more space in our aura, in our lived environment. Because if we don't, it can be a bit heavy. And the more that we move around and stuff, you can start to feel the frequencies of areas and places and things where you move more, because of how we feel light, or however much we cleanse. It's the same thing about if we're I'm really sorry, it's really struggling to get my words out right now. So potentially I got an upgrade, or some form of throat chakra activation in the water today because I did a lot of work. So, and also this is the first channel that I've done since I've been back. So I've just got to recalibrate and get back into the water and just meditate to be able to know what's coming through. But I think it's really just about, like, yeah, getting rid of dead weight, getting rid of things we don't need, lightening our living situation, and, you know, how free we can be, how how malleable, how adaptable to the different spaces we need, and realising, you know, we're keeping things for what purpose, you know, okay, some sentimental value, and there's certain things that we choose to connect with and have with our personal little rituals and daily things over time, but how much do we actually need? And so I think that's coming out because we're going into darker months, and when you've got lots of stuff in the space, can be quite oppressive. So lightening the load, I think that's what that's about.